Hi, Patrick here, Have Cheetah Will View, and we are here for another film review. So this is a little different. Everybody is out there bringing the Christmas horror and whatnot. But of course, you know me, the Cheetah. We always sort of swim up the river. Everybody wants to talk about horror films and Christmas slashers and all that good jazz, and that's all good. And we'll be doing that ourselves a little later on. But we can't do it the whole damn month, right? We got to do something more fun. So we are. And thanks to our good friend Katie from Popping the Popcorn, we will be watching and reviewing the Wedding Veil trilogy. That's right. This is a Hallmark trilogy. It stars three other capital leading ladies. These three actresses here are big Hallmark stars, and that is Lacey Chabert from Mean Girls, Autumn Reeser from a Country Wedding, and Alison Sweeney from Days of Our Lives. That's right. She plays Sammy on Days of Our Lives. That's right. How did I know that? Think about it. So these are the three. These are the three of the biggest stars that Hallmark has. So they decided to put a trilogy together about these three college friends that have been best friends since college, and it's telling the adventures of this wedding veil that they found in San Francisco. And according to the legend, whoever has the wedding veil will find true love. And so they each go on the thirds of this to buy this veil. And Lacey Chabert, who plays Avery Morrison, she gets to have the veil first. So she is a assistant curator at a pretty prestigious museum in Boston, and so she gets the first crack at it. And as she is looking to fly back to Boston, she happens to meet this young man who's very trying to get a cab, and they both get there at the same time, but Lacey gets the I should say Avery gets the cab first, and the young man gets his own cab, and they happen to be going at the same place at the same time. The young man happens to be a gentleman named Peter Hastings, and he himself is from Boston, but he does not tell Avery that. And they enjoy a day in San Francisco, and they have a really good time, and they find out they're both from Boston. And Avery tells him what she does. He's a little bit more mysterious about his background, but things seem to go really well with them. They're really they like a lot of the same things. They live in Boston. It looks like a match made in heaven, right? But when Avery goes to leave to go to the airport, the young man, Peter, sees that she's carrying a wedding veil. And he immediately jumps to the conclusion that she's engaged. And so he's been wasting his time. So he bails. I'm just telling you how the story goes. So they both fly back to Boston. And it turns out that the young man, Peter Hastings, is also runs a foundation that his father has started, and that is helping. And they're decided to get into the world of art. So they're going to help sponsor this big gala that the museum is having, and it's all tied around a picture. A famous artist had done a picture. They have found a painting, and it's been badly damaged because it's been put away for 56 years. And so they decide that this is going to be the centerpiece of their gala, which helps raise funds for the gallery and whatnot. And so that's what they do. They're going to go ahead and restore it. Of course, there's some miscommunications. We meet Fiona Vroom, who plays Avery's confidant at the gallery, Lucy, and then we also meet since Avery's up for a full curator position, she has competition in Jason Cartwright, played by Zachary Golka. And so while Avery is trying to get this painting up and running for the gala, her and Peter keep on. He just gets cold feet. He wants to get close to her, but then he assumes way too much. He sees Avery talking to Lucy's brother and assumes that's her fiance. He never asks any questions. This guy runs a foundation. He's very protective of his privacy, and yet he doesn't ask any questions. Ugh, that was a little bit annoying. Well, anyway, through some miscommunication, and then later on some other communication, and Peter finds out that Avery is not engaged, never has been. If he would have just simply asked her, he would have solved that and put in and it would have made him look less like an ass, because he would try to get close to her, then he'd get scared away, and then he'd get all sulky, and then he'd come back and say, "I'm sorry," and then he'd do it again. Um, it was just simply put, like, wow, it's a really pretty veil. Is that yours? Are you getting married? Problem solved, right? But this is Hallmark, so you got to have a little bit of friction. You got to have a little bit of conflict, and that's the conflict. Needless to say, though, that the two do end up making up and end up getting married. They end up getting married. And the cool thing about it is that they find out a secret about the veil. It's tied to them, and in a most unexpected way. Um, and so, with that being said, the veil will go with Autumn Reeser, whose character is Emma. Emma will take the next will be the next one to take the veil. That leaves Tracy, who's played by Alison Sweeney, to be the last one who gets the veil. All right, so this is a fun movie on a lot of levels, but I got to be truly honest with you guys. And like I've watched and reviewed a lot of movies with Lacey Chabert. She is definitely one of the bigger stars on Hallmark. But I gotta tell you, honestly, she was flat in this movie. Absolutely stone cold flat. Um, just I don't know what it is. There was no emotion from her. She played it like reading off of lines. I don't know if she was, I don't know if she was bored of the script, bored of the story, even though it's a big project. But her performance is the worst I've seen her. Quite honestly, it was not a good performance. Um, Everybody else was outstanding in the movie, including the leading man, Kevin McGarry. This is the first time I've seen Kevin McGarry in a Hallmark movie, and I got to tell you, he's really good. He's a really good actor. I really enjoyed him, even though the script made his character, Peter Hastings, look like a total shallow jerk. Um, the man himself carried it off really, really well. It's not his fault, It's like you can only work with what you can work with. But the supporting cast is really energetic. Autumn Reeser and Alison Sweeney were just balls of fire. But it really is Lacey Chabert's movie, and it just falls really flat. There's no emotion from her at all. It's rote. It's just like she's not happy. She's not sad. It's just flat. And now I've seen her do a lot of other movies, and she's really fun to watch. She has a she has a real easy presence on the screen, and and I think part of it is that she's too comfortable in the Hallmark. She knows what she needs to do. I don't think she's challenged creatively. And that's really the problem. Um, she doesn't get challenged. She just goes in there. She knows she's doing, but she's basically phoning it in. It's paint by the numbers, and that's a real shame because this is a really good cast, and it has a couple of really neat plot lines, and I really liked it. I like the story. I like the premise very much. It's very charming. This is a perfect couples movie, a couple, for a premise, but Lacey just wasn't there. It's not enough to tell me to turn down the movie. I still like the movie. There's too much to going for it to say that. But that being said, again, when your leading lady needs to, and she needs to sparkle, and she doesn't. She just doesn't, and who knows why. So the next movie that we'll be watching will be The Wedding Veil, Unveiled. So Autumn Reeser's character Emma, she's going to be taking the veil and going to Italy to research it. So, and then Alison Sweeney will get it. I don't know how she'll get it because I haven't watched it, I haven't gone that far yet. But I'm just reviewing the first movie. I want to give a couple. Like I said, this whole movie is done really, really well. It's directed competently by Terry Ingram. He does a lot of Hallmark movies. He knows what he needs to do. It's beautifully shot. The movie's beautifully shot on locations. Really, really pretty. Really, really pretty movie. Looks great. Good story. No product placement, unfortunately. No product placement. But still a lot of fun. And I would recommend the movie. But if you're a huge Lacey Chabert fan, you might be a little disappointed going forward. Hopefully, she'll rebound in the next two movies. And there is a new trilogy of The Veil coming in January. So there's going to be a total of 6 movies. So hopefully, for the next movie in January, she'll get another shot at it, and maybe she'll put in a little bit more energy into her performance. One will hope so. We will hope so. All right, so that's it for us. I want to thank you for watching our review of The Wedding Veil. And hope that you'll come back. Hopefully you won't leave too many funny comments down below, which I fully suspect I'll get a couple. But if you're a Hallmark fan, I hope you enjoyed the review. And if you're new to the channel, please consider giving us a sub. And then hit the notification bell. Let us know. I'll let you know when we do another review. And then again, of course, leave a comment down below. All right, folks. Thanks so much. And we will be talking to you tomorrow when we have comedian Sarah. Our friend Sarah is going to come by and hang out with us tomorrow. We're friends. I don't need to say her last name. But come out and hang out with me and Sarah tomorrow. And then our friend Mike will be here on Wednesday. And and our friend Jolene will be here on Thursday. All right, thanks so much, and we'll talk at you soon. Peace.